right, man. Keyshawn Davis is on Frank Martin neck once again. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I seen a little bit of his last fight. Um, y'all talk about Shakur ain't got no power. Dog don't like he got no power, but he throw punches. He willing to sit in there. I give him that. He willing to sit in there in the Lions den and get busy. So Keyshawn Davis demands a fight against Frank Martin. He says everything claims of a great performance. Everybody tag Frank Martin. We got to run that. Let's fight. The fans want to see it. It will be a hell of a fight. Keyshawn Davis on social media calling out the recently knocked out Frank Martin. It will be our own main event fight. We could take that to Vegas. You and me both. You just had a great performance. Let's build this up. The time is now. There's no point of us waiting and prologuing shit, Keyshawn said. Now, my thing is this: is it a great time to come off the pine after he got knocked the hell out? I would say probably not. But then again, he trying to outdo Tank and have fans line him up with Tank Davis. So I think that's what he really trying to do. Okay, and that's what he should do, right? And at the end of the day, Frank Martin, for the most part, sounded like he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson next and hop in the mix with Shakur Stevenson. So really, you coming off a loss and getting another title shot, I don't think a lot of people will be feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people will be feeling it. So that's cool. But you and Keyshawn can get it in, and if you can get Keyshawn, then maybe Shakur Stevenson will rumble and they bring you back. So I'm down for it. I think it should be its own main event. I think it's a great fight for the fans. I think it's an excellent fight for the fans. It make a lot of sense. I think it's a winnable fight for Frank Martin. And it depends on how you're feeling after getting knocked out. That's the question. You don't want to take too much time off to get knocked out. That's what I say. That's what I would say. That's exactly what I would say. You don't want to spend too much time outside the ring. But at the same time, they've been talking shit. They came face to face, and Frank said he don't do all that raw shit. So, yeah, I'm all for it, to be real. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So, but Keyshawn trying to position himself for popularity wise, and Keyshawn trying to put himself in the mix with T.O. and Tank and Shakur and all them stuff, and that's what he should be trying to do. He should be trying to do. So, Frank Martin accept the challenge. I mean, who knows? That's the $1 million question. Will he accept the challenge? So, I think they should. I mean, why not? I don't think Keyshawn is insurmountable for Frank Martin. I think that's a fight Frank can make, but if Frank can't make the weight no more, he got other problems. He said the time is now. Let's fight. Let's get the fans what they want to see. Said Keyshawn. It doesn't have to be all that talking. I'm a tough man. He's a tough man. You respect it. I respect it. Let's get it on. Let's fight. He said we got history. Our stuff went viral. We had an altercation. Said Keyshawn. People want to see us fight. I want to fight Frank Martin. Out of everybody, I want to fight Frank. He's enjoying the fruits of his labor right now. So, and people say, well, he was going to fight him after he got knocked out. Well, he was trying to fight him before that. So he been trying to fight him. He was trying to fight him before that. He was trying to fight him before that. So, but nonetheless, yeah, let's put that in the blender. I can see Frank Martin coming on top if he's still what he was going into that fight. He still could make the weight. That's a good fight. Keyshawn gonna talk shit. ESPN got some push behind him. I don't know if it's big enough for a collab. I think it's just the fight is big enough for whoever I feel that fight is big enough for whoever whoever network willing to put up the most money. That's what I think. So, but yeah, that's what I think. So, but yeah, I mean that's a good one for the fight fans, man. It's a good one for the streets. Um, so yeah, I would love to see that. I think that's good for the streets, you know. And maybe they should do a top rank versus PBC card. It ain't got to be nothing, nothing too major, But I think that'll be an actual really good look for the sport. I think it'll be an actually good look for the sport. So, um, but but yeah, that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, I don't know if Frank gonna respond or do he even want to respond. But that's something that they got to figure out. That's something that they got to figure out, right? So, um, he said, let's get it on. You got a lot of respect in the box where I got a lot of real cabaret there. So, yeah, I'm for it. Shit, for the fans, but not the fans. Yeah, this for the streets. This for the streets. This for the streets. It's for the streets, man. Man, they start making fights like this. I'll stick around. Real talk. They make fights like this, I stick around. Because this was boxing really missing too. We all talk about, not having the big top, creme de la creme fights. We talk about that all the time. But also what's missing is those stepping stone fights. And I don't want to call Frank Martin a stepping stone. But what's missing is them fights, them stepping stone, like them real contender fights. What PG say, y'all niggas small fries, chicken tenders. Like we missing them real fights to see, if he real or not. You know what I'm saying? We missing them type of fights. Them fights that can't pull. It don't necessarily got to be it don't necessarily even have to be a world championship type of fight. Like them fights that make these dudes. Like how, Sergio Martinez really splashed on the scene and knocked out Paul Williams. Had a controversial first fight with Paul Williams, which a lot of us really like Paul Williams, but we know he lost that first fight. And then we missing like them type of fights. We missing them type of fights, them type of tough, fights that, tough championship caliber fights or tough contender type fights. That's what we missing, bro. That's what we missing in the game. This is what the game is missing. We can talk about, they don't want to make the big fights and all that. That's true. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. But yeah, we missing this. We're missing these type of fights, man. And nobody really talks about it. So the real good contender fights. The really good world championship level fights. Don't necessarily got to be a huge boxing event, but it's one of them fights where, they just really good ones. Man, HBO used to have them all the time. The Pride Fratnikov, Bradley, the ESPN had a good one, Algeria and Emmanuel Taylor. Them type of really good fights, man. Like they anticipate it's gonna be a really good one. You know what I'm saying? Them really be the best fights. When you start getting the elite level fights, like they want to start paying pay-per-view. A lot of them dudes don't be fighting like they hungry. They fighting like they fight like they got something to lose because if they lose, they feel like they got to go back and build themselves back up. These type of fights where they're young, fresh, hungry, fresh to prove that they championship caliber, fresh in their mind, they trying to but tell other people that I am a real champion. I can be a champion. I'm one of the best in the division. Those type of fights. You know what I'm saying? And HBO routinely used to have them. It was a routine thing with them, man. Um, Broner DeMarco was another one. Matias had a bunch of them throughout his career. So they used to really have those good fights. Victor Ortiz, yeah, he had a bunch of them, a bunch of good classics. Amir Khan. So yeah, we missing them type of fights, and I think Frank and Keyshawn is good for the sport. It's good for their brand. I mean, Frank can say, "Well, I'm gonna get a tune-up." Then 2 years down the line, like it's over with. Because they fight once a year. So shit, if I'm Frank and I think I can beat him, which I think Frank can beat him, I think Frank should beat him. To be honest, at this point, Keyshawn is a little bit bigger than Frank too. He got range. But I don't think it's all quite there for Keyshawn yet. When I watch him, even when I was watching his last fight, a little bit of it, it's something missing. I don't know. It just seemed like something missing. And I say that from a place of non-hate. I'll let you know if I'm hating on him. But he's just something seems to be missing, bro. I'm not sure what it is. Like, it's not just power. It just seemed like he may seem like he missing some sauce. Some sauce. There's something just seemed to be missing in this game. Like you really just can't put your finger on it outside the power. But yeah, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.